communicating with the energetic echo of a person, opening transmission. There are moments when you walk into a room, and although the person you came to see is no longer there, you feel as if they just stepped out, as if the air itself still remembers them. You notice it in the quiet, in the way the space feels charged, though no one else is present. Perhaps you even sense a certain direction where their presence seems strongest. Or you hear the faintest inner impression of their voice. This is not merely imagination, nor is it always the lingering work of memory. It can be something far more subtle, a phenomenon the sages, mystics, and even some modern researchers have observed. The energetic echo of a person. An energetic echo is like a fingerprint in the field of life, a trace of someone's presence that remains after their physical body has moved on. It is neither ghost nor fantasy, but a subtle resonance, an imprint left behind when the living energy of one being interacts with space, objects, or another person. In this sacred exploration, we will go deep into what an energetic echo is, how it forms, why some are stronger than others, how you can learn to sense and communicate with them, and how to keep your practice safe, clear, and in alignment with the deeper laws of subtle interaction. You may find that the ability to recognize an echo will change the way you feel in familiar places. It can heal long-standing grief. It can help you offer gratitude where words were left unspoken. And in rare cases, it can open a bridge to insight and peace that the ordinary mind cannot cross alone. 1. What is an energetic echo? To understand the energetic echo, think of how sound behaves in the physical world. When you shout in a canyon, your voice bounces back to you. When you pluck a string, its vibration continues to hum even after your fingers have left it still. The human energy field, sometimes called the biofield, is not confined strictly to the physical body. Modern instruments such as magnetometers and electroencephalographs can detect subtle fields extending beyond the skin. While the range and mechanisms are still debated in science, the lived experience of countless people across cultures affirms that human presence affects the spaces it enters. An energetic echo is the lingering vibration of that presence. It is strongest when the person was emotionally engaged, deeply focused, or physically active in that environment. Just as heat remains in a stone after the sun sets, an energetic echo remains in the subtle fabric of space after the person departs. Importantly, an echo is not the soul of the person. It is more like the scent left behind after someone wearing perfume has walked through a hallway. A trace, not the whole. But even this trace can hold deep meaning. Why some echoes are stronger than others. Not all echoes are equal. Some feel like a faint shimmer. Others arrive as a wave so strong you almost turn, expecting to see the person standing there. 4 primary factors shape the strength of an echo. 1. Emotional charge. When someone experiences strong emotion, love, grief, joy, anger, devotion, that state infuses their energetic field. When this emotionally charged field interacts with an environment, it leaves a more intense imprint. 2. Duration of presence. The longer a person spends in a location, the more their field imprints upon it. A home lived in for years holds more echo than a brief visit to a cafe. 3. Depth of connection between beings. If you are deeply bonded to someone, you may notice their echo far more readily than you would with a stranger. Your fields have resonated together before. This familiarity makes their trace easier to recognize. 4. Nature of the environment. Still, quiet and stable spaces hold echoes better. Noise, movement, and heavy energy from others can quickly disperse a delicate trace. These factors explain why you may walk into one place and feel nothing, Yet in another, the air itself seems alive with a silent presence. 3. Distinguishing between memory and echo. The human mind is capable of summoning vivid memories that feel physically real. So how can you tell if you are sensing a true energetic echo rather than simply remembering? First, notice the origin of the sensation. Memories often begin in the mind's eye, a mental replay of sights, sounds, or feelings you have stored. An echo, however, often feels like it arrives from outside. It may press gently in from the edges of your perception, or it may seem to radiate from a specific point in the room. Second, echoes often carry qualities you did not consciously store. You might remember your friend as calm, yet the echo you feel is restless, revealing a state they were in that day, unknown to you at the time. Third, echoes sometimes bring bodily sensations that memory alone rarely produces. A shift in skin temperature, a tingling in the chest or hands, an inexplicable emotional wave that arrives suddenly and fades without thought. 4. How to sense an energetic echo. Learning to sense echoes requires stillness, openness, and a form of perception that is neither purely mental nor purely physical. Step 1. Prepare the space. Find a location where you believe the person's presence lingers. Ensure the space is quiet and free from strong sensory distractions. Step 2. Still the body and breath. Sit or stand comfortably. Let your breath slow and soften. With each exhale, imagine releasing tension from your muscles. Step 3. Expand your awareness. Allow your sense of self to extend beyond your skin. Feel the air, the floor, the walls, as if they are part of your body. Step 4. Listen without ears. This is not about straining to hear. It is about allowing sensations, impressions, and subtle shifts in your own field to arise naturally. Step 5. Notice without grasping. If you sense a presence, resist the urge to chase it. Like listening to a fading note, simply receive what is already there. This practice strengthens with time. At first, the impressions may be faint, but with repeated listening, the sensitivity deepens. 5. Communicating with an echo. When you sense an echo strongly, you may feel called to interact. This is not the same as speaking to a living person. The echo is not conscious in the way a person is. However, the imprint can still respond in a symbolic, emotional, or intuitive way. Here is a safe and respectful approach. 1. Acknowledge the presence. Silently or aloud, let the echo know you recognize it. 2. Offer your intention. Are you seeking closure, expressing gratitude, asking for understanding? Be clear in your heart. 3. Open the channel. Rest in stillness and notice any emotional shifts, images, or sudden thoughts that arise. 4. Receive without forcing. An echo will not always respond in obvious ways. Trust subtle impressions. 5. Close with gratitude. Thank the presence before concluding. This seals the exchange. When echo communication can heal, echo work can be especially helpful in situations where a loved one has passed suddenly, leaving words unsaid. You left a relationship without closure, and emotions remain tangled. You feel the need to forgive or be forgiven, but direct conversation is impossible. By offering what was never expressed, even into the quiet of an echo, you allow the energy within yourself to resolve, and that shift in turn allows the echo to dissolve more peacefully. This is not superstition. It is a subtle but powerful aspect of human connection. We affect each other far more deeply than the physical world alone suggests. Cautions and boundaries. While this practice is profound, it must be approached with discernment. Do not attempt to contact echoes as a substitute for living relationships. Avoid using the practice to dwell obsessively on someone who is gone. If grief feels overwhelming, work with a counselor or guide alongside your echo work. Always ground yourself after a session. Step outside, breathe fresh air, feel your feet on the earth. Echo work should lighten the heart, not weigh it down. If you feel drained or unsettled after, step away and return only when ready. Closing transmission. To communicate with the energetic echo of a person is to honor the fact that presence does not end where form disappears. It is to walk into the quiet and listen for the way life remembers itself. When you stand in that stillness, you may discover that love leaves traces, that meaning outlives moments, and that connection is not bound by the ticking of the clock. In this way, every space becomes a potential temple, every encounter a thread that may linger in the tapestry of life long after footsteps fade. If this transmission has awakened something in you, do not let it remain only as words you once heard. Take time to explore it in your own life. Sit in a place where someone dear once spent time. Breathe, open your awareness, and listen for the presence that still hums in the unseen. When you feel it, offer what your heart still carries, and allow the exchange to be complete. If these journeys into the subtler dimensions speak to your soul, subscribe and walk with me through the thresholds where silence becomes communication, and where the unseen becomes a living part of your awakening.